I'm so happy to get to talk with you. This is you of all the authors, like you've been on my bucket list because you have such had such an incredible rise. And one of the things that find so amazing about your writing journey in particular is that like you believed in yourself before anybody did. You self-published and there was this audience that found you. So talk about sort of why you knew and why you felt like these stories that you had inside of you should be published.
Well, first of all, I just want to say it's such an honor to be here. Thank you so much for having me on the show. And yeah, I've always loved to write. I've been writing stories since I was 9 years old, and I just wanted to show them to people. That was always the fun part. I would write it, and I'd show like my mom or my dad or my teacher. I have so many teachers that like believed in me, and I was just doing what I've been doing since I was 9 years old. And when self-publishing became a thing, I just decided, wow, I can put my work out there and people can buy it. And that was all I wanted. I just wanted to like sell, a couple hundred copies and that would have been fine. Oh, and I wanted to hold the book in my hand.
Yeah.
That was the other thing.
So you did that and now you're selling books like crazy. People come to you to be entertained, to escape, to be surprised. I mean, your twists are like none other. So yes, like all you wanted to do was hold it or hear people what they had to say. And now look at your career. Do you sometimes sort of like stop in your tracks and just think like, how did I get here?
Yeah, every day I always say this is so surreal. I was just doing this for fun. I just wanted to sell a few hundred copies. I always joke around that, like, this must be a coma dream. Like, I'm actually asleep in a coma, and this isn't all really happening. So.
Well, and I like the medical term because you're also a doctor.
I am.
So I read that as a little kid, like you were 3, you grew up in, I was going to say a medical household, but a household of doctors.
Yes.
And you knew at the age of 3 you wanted to be a doctor.
Yes. My father is a psychiatrist, my mother a podiatrist, and it just felt natural. Like that was the job. And being an author it didn't feel like a real job. It felt like if I said I was going to be an author, it'd be like saying, I want to be a princess.
Yeah.
Like clearly
or
some
a
people.
Singer.
Yeah. Or a singer. Even more, surreal than that. So I needed a job where, I'd have a paycheck, a regular paycheck, something realistic where they're like, okay, you go to high school, college, medical school, and then you're a doctor. Whereas author, it was just a more confusing path, and it just wouldn't have been acceptable to my parents or my family.
Did you have English teachers or people that read your work who just thought like, who said to you, well, maybe, yes, I know you want to be a doctor, but there is this whole other path for you?
I had a lot of teachers who supported me. There were a couple in particular. My high school writing teacher, who I actually found again and told her what happened. I remembered her name. I'm going to say it because she's a writer too, Diana Getch.
Yeah.
And she loved my writing, believed in me, wrote a college recommendation for me, and I actually came back recently when I hit the New York Times bestseller list for the first time, and I emailed her and I said, do you remember me? And she's like, I do.
And then you had to be like, well, it's me because I write under a pseudonym.
Yeah, she knew right away though. I was really surprised.
I love that. Talk about that moment. The moment where you hit the New York Times bestseller list, or where you realized, was there a moment? Because you're prolific too. I mean, you've written a ton.
Yeah, I mean, hitting the New York Times bestseller list was such a surprise. Like I kept looking at the numbers each week and saying, is it possible? And I remember talking to my agent about it. I was like, do you think I could make it? And we were both like, let's not get our hopes up. And then she called me and she told me, and I will never forget that moment, like calling, my parents and like telling my husband. I was so proud. I like couldn't believe it. And I thought like this is the pinnacle. Can't get better than this.
And it has.
It has, surprisingly. Like each time I hit a goal, I'm like, this is the best. Like this is what I've reached all my goals now.
Okay, so let's go back to the fact that you're a practicing physician. You still practice
a little bit. Yeah, I'm working Friday.
Which is like the day that nobody works. You're like, oh, I'll work Friday.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I try to help out with like holidays and days people don't want, like the weekends, because now, my weekdays and my weekends are kind of similar.
Yeah.
And I just, some people go into writing hoping to quit their day job, but I didn't do it. I was just having fun.
Yeah.
And I kept clinging to being a doctor because first I worked very hard to get there, and I find it really rewarding. I love, seeing patients and helping people, and the idea of not doing that anymore, I just couldn't imagine it. Like, it's become such a big part of my identity.
Yeah.
And I kept, trying to cut back a little bit and clinging to it and just trying not to leave. And there was a moment, it was actually when I was writing the third Housemaid book, and I was moving simultaneously, and I was just losing my mind. I was almost having panic attacks. Like, I can't do everything. I can't.
Yeah.
And I finally called my boss and I said, I don't think I can work here anymore.
Were you working full time at that point?
Since 2018, I cut back. I was like 60% time.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It was 5 days a week though, so it was a lot. And I was trying. I took a week off to try to finish that Housemaid 3 book, and I finished it. And I was like, I did it, and now I can keep working. And then a week later, I was behind again. So I was like, no, I was wrong.
So then you just cut back, but it's like still in you.
Yeah, I keep thinking, well, with being a doctor, if you leave, like if I took 2 or 3 years off, I couldn't go back because nobody would insure me or anything, and I'd lose my skills. So I got to keep doing it because I kind of fantasize maybe I'll go back. I don't know. I want to, but who knows?
Oh my gosh, it's kind of amazing. So that leads to the fact that you write under a pseudonym, and that's partly because it's in some of your books, and it really like rings true. You can tell you work in the medical profession, and that's like scratching the surface. And many of your books, there is such a knowledge there. But you chose from the very beginning to write under a pseudonym because you didn't want patients, you wanted to have sort of these dual existence.
Yeah, I wanted the separation.
Yeah, talk about that.
I never for a moment considered not writing under a pen name. I just wanted to keep it separate. And there's something I also think I should mention, which is, these books come from inside my brain. These are my personal thoughts.
Yeah.
And it's almost like when people are reading it, it's like they're reading my diary.
Yeah.
And it's a little embarrassing. So it's like for people I work with or my friends to know these, like this is a story I came up with in my brain. Like, it just seems, it's a little embarrassing, and I don't want them to know what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And now they all do. So,
I was going to say, now they're going to see it on a movie screen with like 3 big stars. But also, I think I read somewhere, and I think this is really beautiful. You wanted to make sure that your patients knew when you were there,
right,
you were this person and you were 100% in.
Right.
And when you're writing, not that you're not the same person, but there was a level of respect like for your patients, which was part of it.
Right. When I was at the hospital working, I wanted to just be a doctor. I didn't want to be talking about my books. I just wanted it to be about that.
Yeah. And really about them.
About them, about the patients, about, doing completely focused on the job I was doing. But unfortunately, everybody I work with now knows. There was a post in Female Quotient about my double life, and someone I worked with saw it and recognized me and then told everyone.
Oh, no.
It was actually kind of funny. I wrote about it on Facebook, and a woman, an occupational therapist that I work with, texted me, and she's like, I'm so sorry we told everyone about you. I feel really bad. And I was like, you know what? I'm kind of relieved.
Yeah. Was it
Yeah,
freeing?
it was. And I was scared about what would happen. I was like, what will people think
Yeah.
when they know? Like, I was like, maybe my boss will fire me. I was really
But
scared.
because the books, why? Because you're living two lives, or because the books are wild, or because they're twisty, or why?
I don't know. I just thought maybe my boss would think this is not appropriate. And he did not say that at all.
No, he was probably wildly impressed, like the rest of the world, that you, because one of the things that I think is so fascinating is that in writing uses a totally different part of the brain than medicine.
Yeah.
So are you a genius?
I don't think I'm a genius. No, definitely not. But I have a lot of I think I have a lot of left brain, right brain things. Like I was a math major in college, but I also like to write and paint.
I mean, that's so cool. I think that's like the dream. Just because I have one side, which is so much stronger than the other.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine what that is like. Okay, so with the pseudonym comes crazy, and probably with book talk too, comes crazy rumors, which are, you must laugh at.
Some of them are just so out there.
I couldn't believe some of them.
Some of it's great. I mean, I get the usual. I think every author gets the AI is writing her books, even though, most of them were written before AI. One that's very funny is people saying that I'm three men. And I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, you're like have you read what I write about, which are like these deeply feminist
women,
stories?
and not just one man, but three men.
Yeah.
Why three?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand that.
But that's because you're prolific, and they couldn't
think
imagine
so.
that one woman could put out the work.
It can't just be one man. It has to be three men. It's sort of a compliment. Like, it will take three men to do what I actually do.
That's true.
But I think the funniest one is I saw a post somebody made where somebody said that in my author photo, my cleavage was photoshopped. The funniest part was that in the post, he said he discussed it with his wife, and they had a whole conversation about how my cleavage was photoshopped and why. And I kind of love this couple that the guy is like, hey, honey, come over here.
Do you think this is photoshopped?
Look at this. And she's like, let me take a look. So I love that for them.
So wild. And so do you just, with all of that, because one of the other things that I know from many of my friends that are authors or authors that I know is that it's interesting. Writing is a very solitary exercise. You're, like you said, these stories are coming from your brain,
Yeah.
And yet, like, doing this is a very social exercise. So do you ever, how do you reckon with the two of those?
Oh, it's very hard. I see, all these authors doing these huge book tours, which I never do. And I feel so bad that I never do it. But I'm so scared of all of this stuff. And I get these lovely, lovely invitations, and I turn a lot of them down, and I sometimes cry because they're so nice, and I'm like, I so wish I were the sort of person who could jet off to Paris and give a talk in front of, I don't know, I'm just making this up. But,
I'm like that sounds great.
I'm not specifically talking about anything, but some of the stuff, I wish I could do it because it's just so cool.
Will you ever?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I just get really scared, and I think it's a mental health thing I need to protect.
Yeah.
I get very anxious.
Yeah.
And I want to be healthy because I want to keep writing books, which is what I love doing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put my energy into something that scares me. I'd rather put it into writing books.
Yeah. What probably heals you in many ways.
It does.
Right?
I've had times in my life that have been very hard. And I hadn't been writing then, and I started writing again. And the act of writing, brought me out of those dark times. Mm-hmm. So writing has been my therapy at so many times in my life.
When you first started, you were kind of writing a blog. I mean, that's why, we're talking blogs. So anybody that thinks AI doesn't quite understand the way the timeline has worked. But you were writing sort of a blog, which then led you to start to write fiction. What was that jump like for you? Like, when did you decide, wait, I want more of this or a different form of it?
It was a blog about mothers in medicine, and I just really loved contributing to it. And I was a resident then, and I was posting more than anyone, and they were like joking about it. Like, no resident will ever write as much as you wrote for this blog, but I just love writing.
Yeah.
So like any chance and now I do it on Facebook. I'm like constantly making these posts because when I'm not writing a book, I have to be writing.
Yeah.
So I have to like come up with something. It has to come out of me. And I had always kind of been writing a little fiction. And finally, like, I wrote this book based on my intern year of residency. And it wasn't amazing, but it was a full book. And self-publishing was a thing. And I was like, I'm going to put it out there. And I'm going to tell people who read my blog about it. And I was like, maybe I'll sell those a couple hundred copies.
Is this Devils Wear Scrubs?
The Devil Wears Scrubs. The Devil Wears Scrubs.
Yes.
Really based on reality, except for the romance, which of course completely made up.
The escapist part.
Yes, the good part is all made up. The horrible part really happened to me. Yeah.
Oh, gosh. And you self-published that, and did people buy it?
Yeah, I mean, I sold a few hundred copies.
Yeah.
I was so proud of myself just selling that small number of copies. And I was like, that's it. I'm done. I've published a book. I've met my goals. And now I can just, go back to being a doctor and mother. But then I started writing this thriller, which at the time was called Suicide Med. I later renamed it Dead Med.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I kind of want to publish this one too.
Is thriller, I mean, you write in many genres, but thrillers and twist seem to be like, I read somewhere that you're sort of like mathematic about it.
Yeah. I mean, I've always loved puzzles and math, and like I was on the math team in high school, if you want to hear something so dorky. And this is like my math team puzzle. So like I'm always trying to come up with something really, really clever. And it just gives me so much satisfaction to think of that twist. And like, I'm going to fool people and come up with like the exact right like clues to drop along the way. And I bet this will completely mislead them. And it's so fun for me to write that.
I also read that your husband is sort of your tester.
Yeah.
Like you'll be like, okay, read this. And which, by the way, I'm a detective. So when somebody can fool me, or lead me astray, I'm always like, oh, that's so satisfying. And I'm sure it's the writer that's even more satisfying. That's what you aim to do.
It's very fun. And when somebody said like I was so good at misdirection, I was like, that is the greatest compliment.
So what's your process? What's your writing process like?
So you were asking me about my husband. So like I usually before I start writing, I think out the idea for months and months. And when I feel like it's almost ready, I'll run it by my husband and I'll like tell him the whole plot. And usually he makes fun of me as I'm telling it because he's like rolling his eyes. And but he'll poke holes in it and be like, this would never happen. Like, this is not a good enough twist. And I'm just waiting. And he's a mathematician himself, so he's a very analytic brain. And when he gives me the thumbs up, I'm like, okay, I can write now.
And then you just get straight to it, or do you outline, or what do you?
I keep thinking. I think about it a lot. It's almost like a wind-up car, and I'm like thinking and thinking, and then the moment I get to start writing, it's like letting go of that car, and I just take off.
It like falls out of you.
And I can write in a few weeks, and I also I've started dictating my books. I used to type them all, but back in like, I think 2019, I hurt my wrist from so much typing. And after some hand therapy, I was like, I think I'm going to try dictating. And actually, as a doctor, that helped me because we dictate everything.
Yeah.
And I'm super, super fast at it. So I was just going to do it until my wrist healed up, but I got to like it so much.
You fell in love with it.
Yeah, because you can talk so much faster or I can talk faster than I type. So I just became so addicted to it that I'm like, this is how I'm going to write.
And then how do you edit that? Can you edit on the computer or do you hand edit?
So I'll dictate the first draft.
Yeah.
And then I'll read through it and edit it. And the dictation errors are hilarious.
I bet they're hilarious.
Like my agent will read them and she'll be like trying to figure out what I meant by something. She's like, why are they in this room looking for glue? I was like, no, looking for a clue. Because it's just the way it heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is very funny. Because I dictate, the dictation doesn't understand a lot of the names I use in my books. So I will sometimes put characters in my books in my phone book, in my phone, so my dictation will recognize it better. So I actually have Enzo from the Housemaid in my phone book.
Gosh.
Like I could call him.
Yeah, you're like, that's actually, there must be something weirdly psychological about that.
It's really fun to just see him in my phone book.
Yeah, you see him, but like you also spend so long with these characters.
I know. It does feel like I know them. Like when I am writing, I am so immersed. Like I sometimes can't even sleep. I'll be up late at night, like thinking, like what's going to happen, like planning out the next 3 scenes and how I'm going to write them. And I completely lost in it when it's happening.
What's so interesting is I feel like that's how readers feel when they read your work. You know, like you write the type of books that people stay up late with flashlights under the covers, that sort of like kid feeling that we all had of reading these thrillers like, no, Mom, I'm not going to sleep, you know, even though we're adults. There's something cool about that because your feeling while writing it mirrors how your readers feel.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I mean, that's always what every author loves. And actually coming from self-publishing helped with that because the way it works is your books are in something called Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah.
And you get, they tell you how many pages people have read. And so you want to keep people turning pages. So I'm always thinking like, how can I end this chapter in a way that somebody will be like, I have to read the next chapter?
I mean, the Kindle Unlimited, I was reading about that this morning because part of that, like, we can't even qualify how many books you've sold because we can't tell but it's a ton. And because many of them were through the self-published avenue.
And I love that people are just reading them.
Yeah.
Like when people say like, how can I support you? Like, should I buy it in paperback? And I was like, I just read it.
Yeah.
Like borrow it from a friend, get it from
Yeah.
the library. I just want you to read it. That's all.
So let's talk about The Housemaid and the fact that it's becoming this film. I told you before we started, but I watched it last night. And an actress, Scarlett Johansson, was hosting with me, and I was like, I couldn't sleep last night. I couldn't sleep. First of all, I stayed up late watching it. I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I was up till 10. My husband was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I have to finish this for work, which is not really true, although it is nice to be well researched. And it is so twisty, just like the book. It's very well done. Were you just thrilled to see it on the screen?
I was beyond thrilled. Like there aren't even words for how much I love that movie. Like I was nervous because you never know. But I mean, they did the most amazing job, and I just feel so lucky. Like Paul Feig I would say he's my favorite current director. Mm-hmm. Like everything he's done, like A Simple Favor, Bridesmaids, the girl Ghostbusters, I call it. They're all so great. And the TV show, I mean, I would just gush forever about everything he's done. And when I found out he was directing this movie, I was like, I couldn't believe it. It was a pinch me moment.
It has this ability, like it gives the readers moments to like breathe, because it is a thriller and there's darkness, but there's also kind of like some fun, and
it's fun, right? And that's what I wanted. Like I try to be kind of funny in my books.
Yeah.
Like I don't like to be too serious. I don't like to take myself too seriously, and that's how I knew like Paul Feig is like exact vibe that I wanted, and they just captured all of it. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I could not have hoped for it to be any better.
And the actors.
Oh, I
mean, Amanda Seyfried
My heart.
was so good in that
She
film.
was incredible. I mean, I've loved her for a long time, ever since Mean Girls. And
when you found out, because actually she told us, she was on the show and she told me she was going to do it. And there were all those social media posts and all of your, do they call themselves the McFans? What you're reading?
yeah, they do.
All of your readers really took to the news in such in a way that I don't think, sometimes I don't know that Hollywood appreciates readers the way that they should.
Oh yeah, the readers are what's making this happen, and I just wanted to make them happy with the casting choices, and everybody was very excited about Amanda Seyfried. She's a star, and just I watched her in one of the scenes when I went to the cast, and I was just like getting chills just watching this one scene and watching the whole thing. I mean, she was incredible.
Remarkable. Sydney Sweeney too.
Oh, Sydney Sweeney. She was she made me want to write another Housemaid book, which I'm not going to.
I was like, oh, is this breaking news?
No. But she was so good.
Yeah.
I mean, she is such a talented woman.
Yes.
And I have to say, when I met her on the set, I completely fangirled in a super embarrassing way. I started to cry. I was hugging her, and she was so sweet. She was like, "Oh, like."
Well, it's remarkable, and I feel like this moment in your career, and especially on December 19th when this film is like released in theaters, like, could you ever have predicted this?
No, I still can't believe it's happening. It's like something, I feel like I still get to wake up in the hospital and it'll be a coma dream. I don't know.
Which is the perfect metaphor.
Yeah.
The Intruder came out in October, and you have a book that comes out less than 6 months later in January.
Right.
How are you doing that?
I love to write, and it's like if I were self-publishing, I'd probably be doing self-publishing. I think you probably know. Yeah. We write a lot. Like there are self-published authors who write 20 books a year. Yeah. Not even joking.
Yes.
So 3 or 4, writing them is not that hard. It's now that I'm with a publisher, the editing, the promotion, it's become a lot. Yes. So I am going to slow down in the future. But I just, when I write something, I'm so excited about it, and I just want to show it to everyone. Yeah. So
it's that same sort of feeling as like being a fifth grader.
Yeah. I just want people to read it. So I'd be like, I need a publisher who's going to keep up with me and publish everything that I write right away. And then I kind of realized I probably should slow down a little.
Yeah. But the McFans want it.
They want it, but I want it to be perfect for them. Yeah. And I don't want to burn myself out. No. So I am going to slow down in the future. But for now, I've got a lot of books. So I've got...
So what does your husband and your family think of this incredible, successful rise?
They are surprised. They act normal about it, but sometimes every once in a while I'll say to my husband, "Can you believe this is happening?" And he's like, "I know, it's weird." And my daughter, who's in high school, she uses it a little bit as a way to, like, a little bit of celebrity thing, because she'll bring, when I get books from my publisher, she'll bring a stack of signed books and give them out to her friends, and she's like, "I brought 20 books and they're all gone, Mom."
Yeah, because it's your books range in such age too. I bet, from high school all the way through.
I love young people reading, because I was a young person who read a lot. So I love hearing about young people reading, and my publisher, Source Books, has been awesome about, like, when we hear about a school that's like reading my books, we'll like send them a bunch of books.
I love that.
So like that's amazing. Like giving young people free books to read. I love that.
Well, since this is a reading podcast, let's end with what you loved to read when you were young, what type of reader you were, and can you, and this is a lot of writers can't, read fiction while you write? Can you read now?
I am always reading. I can't even tell you what I love more, writing or reading, because getting lost in a book is just the most amazing thing. I could do another hour about books I love. I'm reading right now The Queen's Gambit, which is not a thriller, but it's great. Yes. I love it. And I like to read some thrillers, but I like to read historical fiction. And as a kid, I started with the Babysitters Club.
Me
and then
too.
Judy Blume.
Me
and
too.
like I always had a book in my hand, and they'd be like, I'd be at dinner, and my parents would be like, put it away, put your book away.
Now it's like people are on cell phones, and you're like, please take your book out.
Take your book out.
Take your book out. Did you read thrillers too as a kid?
Yeah, I actually, one of the first thriller authors I started reading was Robin Cook, who I actually got to meet recently. He came to my house, and it was so cool. And Mary Higgins Clark, and of course, Stephen King, the greatest.
The greatest of all time.
Yes.
I had a boyfriend who once called and read me like a romantic part of a Stephen King book.
Oh my God, he does have some romantic
Do you know, like,
parts.
They were at a fair or something, and he's like, I found this romantic part. I was like, oh, that's beautiful, but also like, what about Pablo Neruda? Like, like.
Oh my gosh. I recently read 11/22/63, and it had some really sweet romance. I'm like, Stephen King could have been a romance author.
And by the way, I think that's what readers come to for you too, is that sort of mix of thriller and romance.
I'm a romantic at heart.
Yeah.
So I always try to have a little romance somewhere in my books. Like I have to have it. Otherwise I don't like writing it. So.
Well, this was so much fun. Aww. Thank you so much, and congratulations on everything.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC, or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.